Hey, what's up guys? So we're here to showcase off the new elemental hero Liquid Man, which actually has a really good effect. So when he's normal summon, you get to actually reborn a level 4 or lower hero monster, and on top of that, it has the bonus effect of if it's used for material for a fusion, whether it's sent from the graveyard or actually banished, you get Pot of Greed. So you're just going to see that effect of him being able to draw 2 cards. Now you do have to discard 1 card, but it doesn't really matter because if you think about it, we've got Shadow Mist to proc. We also technically have 3 copies of Valley, plus Sunriser is going to add that Miracle Fusion. And then when you use him as material for the following turn for the Miracle Fusion, he's going to get that effect of Pot of Greed again. In this case, we also have Fusion Recycling Plant, which lets him add back the card to his hand. So he can go ahead and re-normal summon it and then basically bring back another hero monster that he may be used for polymerization. And then on top of that, you can bring back Stratos. You can go for, let's say, even Diamond Dude if you wanted to. Make more of like a Dark Hero variant deck. You can definitely go for that. But the more important thing that I wanted to mention is he's actually water. We haven't had a good water hero in quite some time. I remember we got like Ice Edge, but for the most part, like Bubble Man was like the go-to hero monster, and like with Bubble Man, you can run Honest News, you lose out on hand traps, you lose on the potential for Super Poly, being as great as it is with using every card in your hand, right? But now we can go into Ab-Zero. Now, one important thing I do want to mention, Ab-Zero has the effect where whenever he leaves the field, you get to destroy all monsters your opponent controls, which would be actually pretty good for going second. Now, he does happen to have a Blackluster Soldier, which is Link summoned with a 7 or higher, so it can't be destroyed or targeted by your opponent's card effects. But nonetheless, it normally would pop everything his opponent controls. And then you get to summon an Assault, and then on top of that, you got the effect of Pot of Greed, and you summon the Assault, and you got to clear the board. Obviously, at this point, you guys know it's going to go ahead and be game easy peasy. And on top of that, Sunrise are going to go ahead and disrespect. You'll pop in your own Super Poly over there. I like it, dude. But it's actually pretty good. And this is just one way you can OTK your opponent. But there are probably many, many ways in Heroes already to tactically OTK. But I want to show you guys another way that you can play this deck, kind of utilizing the new Predaplant Fusion. So this hero build, it's going to be more for 2020 because we don't even have a release date for this card in the TCG. But nonetheless, it got announced and everyone's really hyped up about it. Again, the common play I think that would be go-to, if you're not going for a Soul, you can go right into Sunriser instantly, and again, you get that effect of Pot of Greed, and then you just discard Shadow Mist, search out any hero anyways. It becomes even better than Pot of Greed because you have that searchability of searching any hero with Shadow Mist, or again, you can go ahead and dump Mally. It's a really easy access way to dump Mally, especially with, of course, Stratos searching out the Mally. It just makes these Soul plays even better. But, shout out to my boy AzneyesWhitedragon for hooking me up with these plays. I was actually working on more of an Assault variant because I feel like Assault is so OP. But let's go ahead and check out the Predaplant variant here. So again, Ab-Zero is super OP. You can summon Ab-Zero and then just go and banish Ab-Zero or link it off, and you're gonna pop the board. It's really good. Now we're also gonna see him Super Poly. I mean, this card is pretty dirty, as you guys know. And then he's gonna go ahead and attack. And you guys know Honest Neos makes OTKs such a joke. It's literally like, as long as your opponent has the ability to not like negate every single thing you do, you can OTK very easy in this deck because Ab-Zero will pop everything, right? And we still had another Miracle, and these are not like once per turn effects of like Miracle Fusion, so the deck can get actually pretty insane. But let's go ahead and hop right into the deck profile, and then I want to talk about other cards if you guys wanted to try out, like, and also just trying out crazy ideas with, of course, the new Liquid Man card. I think he's really good for heroes. But anyways, for the deck profile here, the one that was sent in via my boy AzneyesWhitedragon was double Honest News, 3 copies of Stratos, 3 copies of Liquid Man, 3 copies of Blaze Man. So this card, if it's normal or a special summon, you get to add a polymerization from your deck to your hand. I was also thinking if you wanted to throw in some more water targets and you just want that poly search, you can alternatively run the King of the Swamp. That's another really cool target. And then with Mally, you have easy access for those Miracle Fusion targets as well. And then that way you can kind of Assault plus follow up Assault with the Ab-Zero. That way you're not just going Sunrise or Pass, right? But nonetheless, we're also in triple copies of Shadow Mist, which you guys know, I feel like Dark Law is still so good in 2019 or 2020 because that's technically the hero build here. And then we have 3 copies of Vion. Vion, it lets you basically throw a hero into the grave, which is really good because if you decide to go for a like Hero Lives or something, you can definitely set up with, of course, your Liquid Man because he gets to go ahead and have that effect to bring back another level 4 or lower hero monster in the graveyard. And the fact that it does not negate that effect makes it so much better, because that means Stratos can get the effect, your Shadow Mist can get the effect, your Vine can get the effect, your Diamond Duke can get their effect. There's a lot of options over here. And on top of that, Blazeman can technically get that effect when it's normal or special summoned as well. So there's a lot of synergy with that. And the whole like discarding with the Pot of Greed effect, it doesn't really hurt the deck, I would say, too much at the end of the day, especially if you wanted to play another variant build, which I'll get into in a moment here. We got 3 copies of E-Call, and then 1 copy of Hero Lives, 3 copies of Poly, 1 copy of Reinforcement of the Army, 3 copies of Miracle Fusion, 1 copy of Upstart, 1 copy of Terraforming for your Fusion Recycling Plan, which really lets, if you need to play a grind game, this card is excellent, because you could just go reckless, and then you get to add back the Liquid Man, or even Stratos to go ahead and just search out later down the line. And then we have 1 copy of Reborn, 3 copies of Called, 3 copies of the Super Poly, and then 3 copies of Fusion Recycling Plan. Because you're going to be trying to push for like instant go right into Sunriser, and then you get to re-add back the card. But I even think that like the card going to the graveyard is not that bad at all, because you're able to instantly just, again, Miracle Fusion, you have easy access to getting that effect of Pot of Greed 2 times. I mean, going cycling through 4 cards is really insane, especially if you wanted to run a Dark variant, which is my idea of building it. But for the extra deck, we have the Elemental Hero Core. We have 2 copies of Nova Master, 2 copies of Shining, 1 copy of Squirted Down, and then 2 copies of Ab-Zero, 3 copies of Sunriser, 2 copies of Gaia, 1 copy of Isolde, and 1 copy of the Predator Plant. So you guys saw how these were both used. This was an idea that I had originally, because I like making, you know, crazy decks, right? And I was thinking like it would be really cool to have like Elemental Hero, a Dark World deck, or even like a Fabled Synchro Elemental Hero deck, just for fun. Obviously, yeah, the dangers will work well in here. I was thinking like I just max out an Allure of Darkness and then run like a Dark Hero variant, a Dark Liquid Hero. I don't know, Dark Liquid Heroes. I mean, again, the effect of Pot of Greed is just so insane in the game that it really just makes this deck so much better. And then if you wanted to, I was just thinking of the other cards like Lost Wind, Breakthrough Skill, Galaxy, or is it Cosmic? Whatever the Cyclone card where it lets you banish it and pop like a face up. I mean, there are other cards, but I think the more relevant cards are the ones that I mentioned already, which of course are going to be Shadow Mist, Mali, and then technically you can throw Stratos, so throw in any other hero cards in the graveyard. And then with the Fusion Recycling Plan, one thing I do like with this is you can go ahead and add back the Liquid Man, summon Liquid Man, bring back the other card, go into a Link monster, or go right into a Fusion, and then from there, you're going to go ahead and be able to combo off, and usually you'll be able to OTK, especially with Sunriser being able to add Miracle. But you'll have to, like, again, you would follow up the next turn with Liquid Man, summon back like another hero monster that you use for material, go into a Soul, so you have the zones, and then you go ahead and make like a Sunriser, then this card searches out Miracle, which goes right into like an Absolute Zero, and then if you want to link off a Soul plus Absolute Zero for like a Link 3, this is where like the deck gets a little bit more complex, and you guys can see how strong this deck can be. But anyways, no need to make this 10-minute video, but I feel like I'm going to get more gameplay of this deck with a different build over here. But I gotta give a shout out to my boy AzneyesWhitedragon once again, hooking up the replays, and I'll link him down below. But if there's any other crazier combos that you guys would like to see in a Liquid Man hero deck, because again, Pot of Greed, it's a good card, right? And the discard doesn't matter. I want to make a Synchro variant, and I bet you can get to those like negate like 3 to 4 boards easy. But I want to try to go ahead, and I want to make Dark Law, Savage Dragon. And my ideal goal is to, if I can go Apollosa with Mali, it's actually, hold on, you know, let's do a little theory crafting here. So if we go, you know what, I'm gonna end up making this like a 15-minute video. This is it for this video. I'll make my other one, but I'm like, yo, I could easily just go Apollosa, Dark Law, Savage Dragon. It's gonna be hype. But anyways, that'll be there very soon. If you guys want to see that crazier hero deck, well, I'm gonna mix in some other stuff. Please subscribe, turn on that bell, and you'll definitely see it very soon. If you guys want to send me other replays of this, would love to see that. Send it to AzneyesReplays@gmail.com, and we'll see some crazy Liquid hero decks, that's for sure. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a good one. I'm signing out. Peace.